Monday night is when we play to save. Welcome to Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about cash budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. So Monday night is game night, and I'm going to put about $100 toward my Roth IRA. I say about 100 because it'll be at least 100, but if I go a little over, I'll just pull a few more dollars in rather than writing an IOU. So I've got $100 here. I've got 120, 3 10s, 5 5s, 7 2s, and 11 1s. That makes 100. All right, so we're going to start with Loteria like we always do, and I'm going to play the Millennial version this week because we played the regular version last week. If you haven't seen Loteria before, it is a lot like Bingo, except instead of a row or column or diagonal of 5, you're playing for a line of 4, and instead of numbers, it uses pictograms. These pictograms are on these cards. Obviously, there's more cards in the deck than there's pictures on the card. The game comes with multiple cards, so you would normally have multiple people playing at once. But I'm playing this as a savings challenge game. The way I do it is that I keep dealing cards and marking off symbols until I get a line of 4. Once I get a line of 4, or a Loteria, then I save $1 for every marker that I have down on the card. So I'm going to give these cards a quick shuffle here. And because this is the Millennial Edition, this is kind of an irreverent look at pop culture for the Millennial generation. And you'll see what I mean as I start dealing cards. Okay, so I've got the stack of chips here, and let's see how many I'm going to need for a Loteria this week. All right, so first one, La Student Debt. I don't have that on my card. La Thigh Gap. Nope, don't have that. Last Bitcoins. Nope. El Gentrification. Oh, yeah, that's right here. El Tattoo. Yep. El Gluten. No. El Prime. No. El Participation Trophy. We have that. La Succulent. No. El Brunch. No. El Juice Cleanse. No. La Border Wall. Yes, we have that. La Karen. Nope. El Piercing. No. La Flower Crown. We do have. El Troll. No. El TikTok. We do, and this is the lenticular one. It's a special card in the deck. El Uber. No. El Safe Space. No. El Healing Crystal. No. El Drone. Yep, so we got a couple Loteria possibilities now. El Makeup Tutorial. Yep, so that opens up another one. El Nail Art. No. El Man Bun. Yep, this is going to be an expensive playing of Loteria. El Web Design. No. El Sushi. Yes, okay, so we finally got our Loteria right across the top. So that is going to be $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 this week. That is on the high end of what I usually end up saving. Usually it's around $7. So I'm just going to split these in here. Give it a quick shuffle for next week, or probably in 2 weeks, because I tend to switch off between this version and the traditional Loteria version. Okay, so I'm going to put those to the side. We'll clean this up. And I'll put these over here. I'll put the card away. Bring out the binder. And we will put $10 into Loteria for this week. Next up, I'm going to do the 2025 challenge. This is one that I gave away starting late last year with all physical products for my Etsy shop. So I'm out of these. There will be another one for 2026 that will probably drop in the October timeframe. But for now, I'm finishing this one up, and it looks like I need to use purple. So I'm going to take out the purple marker here. And I'm only going to fill this in just a little bit to show intent. I will come and finish that up later so that you don't have to watch me color badly. We'll take out the $20, and there's only 5 of them left, which means of the $500 that this challenge is designed to save, I've already got $400 set aside. And I will come back and consolidate this at the end of the video like I have been doing. Oops, as I dump all the money out of the envelope. And for those of you who are new, because I do have several new subscribers lately, I use placeholder money because all of the money that I save on game night and on Wednesdays for the Savings Challenge books just goes straight to my brokerage and into my Roth IRA. So taking the cash out of the bank to play with here would mean that I would have to use different money from my bank account or run back to the bank and put all the money back in just to transfer it out. So I just use placeholder money. But the fact that I do this every Monday and Wednesday means that I'm not using that money for other purposes because I know I'm going to have to make a Roth contribution every week. Okay, so let's move on to number 3, which is Junior's Restaurants. This is a challenge that was gifted to me by April's Fresh Start and her son Junior. This is a box challenge. It is the first box challenge that I've ever done. I've been working on it for quite a while, but I'm only putting $10 a week toward it. That said, it is a lower budget challenge, so you can do this if you're doing small amounts a little at a time. So I won't go through all the different restaurants, just in the interest of time. I've done that in previous videos, and I've got not too many cards left to play, but most of these are the games within the game, right, as opposed to the search and saves, because I've already found most of those. So let's give these a quick shuffle here, best as I can. And I didn't laminate this, I just printed it out. It is a digital challenge, so it doesn't necessarily come to you laminated, but you could do that if you want. All right, Junior's Donuts. So let's go over to Junior's Donuts. This is a like a board game type challenge here. So I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to take out a D6, and I think I left off here. It doesn't really matter. There's also a start here. So you know what? I'm just going to start from start. I think that's easiest. So I'll roll the D6, and we'll see which one we get. And I need to take out a marker here. There we go. 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, because I'm skipping the ones that I've already done. So this is going to be $4. So I'll take out 2 and 4. Okay. I'm not going to play Junior's Donuts again this week, so I'll put this back in. And I'm not also putting the money into each challenge. I'm just putting it in the main envelope. I think I skipped where this goes. I'm just putting it into the main envelope in my main binder. If I do this or another box challenge again, I may do it differently, but this was my first box challenge. That's the way I started doing it, so now I'm kind of stuck in that method. So let's see. All right, I'm going to go for this one. This is Shut the To-Go Box. Okay, so we're going to go play Shut the To-Go Box. And this is Shut the Box 1 through 6. So I'm going to keep that D6 out, and we're going to give it a roll and see how we do. Okay, good. So we're knocking off the 6 right away. That always makes me feel better. In fact, that's the first time I've been able to knock off the 6 the whole time. 5, okay. So far, so good. And 6, so of course we're out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 10. And that is what I'm going to save this week. Sometimes I've been playing this low budget, like here I added up the 6, 5, 2, and 1 and added all those digits together and got 5. But I will be a sport and I will put $10 in. So I'm a little bit over for Junior's Restaurants for this week, but that's okay. That is how things happen sometimes. Okay, so I've got the $14 out in total, so I'm going to put this back. Where did I get it from? Always tricky trying to find the empty, too far. Always tricky trying to find the empty envelope. There it is. Okay, so Shut the To-Go Box goes back in. I will need both of these cards again in the future because I did not complete either of those challenges. So I will just keep those in my cards to be played. Stick these back in here. Close this up. We'll go back to the main binder. I will put the $14 rather into Junior's Restaurants, and then I'll see where the clip is, and that will tell us what game we're going to play next. Okay, so $14 goes in. I believe the clip was on flip 7. Yep, that's where it was. Okay, so I'm going to get set up for flip 7, and we'll give that game a play. Okay, this is flip 7. Flip 7 is a card game that is commercially available. You can find it at toy stores, game stores, places like that. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. And in this game, there are numbered cards, and the number on the cards corresponds with how many of that card are in the deck. So in this deck, there are 9 nines, there are 3 threes, there are 12 12s. You get the idea. There are also bonus cards that can tell you to freeze where you are or add points to your score. There are, let's see, what else is there? There's also a second chance. It's a bonus card, second chance, freeze card. Oh, and flip 3, meaning you have to take 3 more cards. So the object is you have to take at least 3, but no more than 7 cards. And the object is not to get the same number twice. So in other words, if I flip over a 9, I don't want to see another 9. And the chances of getting a repeat go down as the number goes down, but it's also fewer points. So again, the game where you play with multiple people is played differently, but I adapted this to be a savings challenge game that you can play by yourself. So I'm just going to give these a quick shuffle and a cut. And so the rules that I set for myself are that I have to deal at least 3 cards. If I go bust, there's a penalty. Bust meaning that I draw the same number value twice. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So card 1, ooh, 11, okay. Card 2, 12, not a good start. Card 3, a 6. Okay, so I could continue drawing or I could freeze here. I'm going to freeze here because now almost half the deck is going to make me bust. There are 10 more 11s, there's 11 more 12s, and there's 5 more 6s. So that is, 27 more cards? That's a lot of cards that could make me go bust, and I don't want to pay the penalty. So I'm going to freeze here, and I'm going to add these up, and that will be my score. So I've got 11 plus 12 is 23, plus 6 is 29, 2 plus 9 is 11. So that's what I'm going to save into Flip 7 for this week. If I were playing at really low budget, I might have added the 1 and 1 from 11 and made $2. So you can adapt it to suit your budget. Okay, so let me get out the binder. And we'll go over to Flip 7. I already took the clip off, and we'll put $11 in. So I'm already out of 10s. When the 20 and the 3 10s are gone, that means I've consumed half the money that I put aside for game night. Once the 2025 challenge is over, though, I'll have a lot more money available for the other games. And I'll introduce new games as well. Okay, so Quicks is up next. Quicks is another commercially available game. This one is dice-based. So I will put away the Flip 7 cards, and I will see if I can find the Quicks dice. I had them handy right over here just a minute ago. There they are. Okay, so Quicks, if you haven't seen it before, or if you haven't seen me play it before, the way that I play it is a lot like Shut the Box, except you get to use 3 dice instead of 2. But the rule is you have to use exactly 2 dice to make a number to mark off on your card. And if you can't mark that off, then the game is over. So, in this case, if this was my roll, a 3, 4, and a 5, I could make 7, I could make 8, or I could make 9. And I would mark those numbers off. Now, the rule is you have to mark off at least 1. You could mark off all 3 if you wanted, but I try to save the middle numbers, as much as I can until later in the game, because those can get me out of trouble when I start having numbers that I can't play because I've already marked them off. So if you haven't seen this before, it'll make more sense once I start rolling. Let me uncap this marker so that it's ready to go. And then let's see how we do. Okay, a 5, a 2, and a 1. So I'm definitely going to take the 3 because that's hard to roll. But I'm going to leave the 6 and the 7 because those are easier to roll. Okay, a 6, a 4, and a 2. So again, I've got a 6, I've got an 8, and I've got a 10. I'm going to take the 10, but I'm going to leave the 6 and the 8 because, again, they're easy to roll, and I might need those later to save my game. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Okay, so I can't take the 3 because I've already taken it. So I can take the 5, and I can take the 4, and I'm going to take both of those because those are both more difficult to roll. Give them another roll. Let's see how we do. Okay, 2 5s and a 6. So there's only 2 rolls that I can make here. 10, or 2 numbers rather, 10 and 11. So I'm going to take the 11 because I can't take the 10. So that's all I can do. So if this combination comes up again, I'm out. And that's happened to me many times before. Okay, a 1, a 2, and a 6. So I can't take the 3 because I already took it. I can take the 7 or I can take the 8. I'm going to take the 8, leave the 7. Roll them again. Okay, a 5, a 6, and a 3. So I've got 11, I've got 8, and I've got 9. So I've already taken the 8, I've already taken the 11, so I have to take the 9. Okay, so again, this combination comes up again, game over. Okay, a 6, a 4, and a 3. So I've got 7, 9, and 10. I can only take the 7, the 9, and the 10 are both gone. See, this is why you leave the 7, so that you have it available later on in the game. Otherwise, if I'd taken that 7 earlier, it would have been game over. 2, 6, 12. So I need 2 6s, 2 1s, or something that makes 6. Okay, 6, 2, and 5. So I've got 7, 11, and 8. And I've taken all of those already, so it's game over. So it's time to total up the damage. So I've got 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20. And I take the 2 and the 0, I add them together, and so this one's going to save me $2. And I'm going to play again. And this next game should go a lot faster because I'm not going to explain the rules, I'm just going to roll. 6, 3, and 4, so I'm going to take the 10 for the 6 and the 4. I'm going to leave the 9 and the 7. 6, 6, and 1. Great. Okay, so I can take the 12, but I'm not going to take that 7. I'm going to leave it. 2, 2, and 4, so I've got 6 or 4. I'm going to take the 4, leave the 6. 4, 1, and 2, so I'm going to take the 3 and the 5, and I'm going to leave the 6 again. 6, 6, and 3, so the only thing I can do is take a 9. That's the danger of taking those doubles early, is that, you know, if you roll those doubles again, you better be able to make the other number. So I'm going to take the 9. 2, 2, and 3, so I can take 4 or 5 only, and I've already taken those both, so I'm out. So ironically, I've left the 3 easiest to roll, and I have to eat those. Okay, so 6, 7, 8 is 21, plus 11 is 32, plus 2 is 34, 3 plus 4 is 7. 7. So for quicks this week, I'm going to save $9. Put these away. Go back to the binder. 5, 7, 9, and we'll go to envelope 8, which is quicks. And we'll put the scorecard back along with the money. Okay. Now for envelope 9, this is sus. This is a would you rather type game. It's meant to be played with multiple people, but I am just playing it by myself. The way that I've done this is that I've assigned values to each of the 3 possible answers. So $2 for option A, $3 for option B, $5 for option C, and I always give my honest opinion. Okay, so we already answered question 1, so which would I rather do? A, hang a life-size portrait of myself in my living room for a month. Ooh. B, look after a bag of flowers as if it were a baby for a week. Or C, meditate for 5 hours in a row. Well, C is out because I don't have 5 hours in a row to do anything. B is out because I think that would just be weird. I mean, I would have to take that bag of flour everywhere. You can't just leave a baby at home by itself. So that leaves option A, which is hang a portrait of myself in my living room for a month. A life-size portrait of myself in the living room for a month. So an egotistical choice, but it's the only logical one. So $2 for option A. Let's move on to question 2, or question 3 on the card. Which piece of clothing would I want to invent? A, clothes that could change color. B, clothes that could charge your mobile phone. Or C, clothes that could clean themselves. Well, I feel like clothes that could change color already exist. If you were around in the 80s, then you probably remember hypercolor shirts. You put them through the wash once, and that was kind of the end of that. Clothes that could charge your mobile phone, I mean, that would be handy, but I feel like clothes that could clean themselves would be the most handy. I mean, never having to do laundry again, except for sheets and towels, I'm all for that. So that's the option I'm going to pick, and that will be $5. So this card is done, and so next week I will start a new card, Incest. I'll leave that to the side to make sure I remember to pull a new one out. We put $7 into number 9. And then it looks like up next we've got Dicefecta. So I'll get set up for Dicefecta, which is a new game, and we'll give it a play. All right, the game is Dicefecta. And Dicefecta, as the name implies, is a dice-based savings challenge game. It comes with 8 different game cards. There's 2 for D6, 2 for D8, 2 for D10, and 2 for D12. This is part of my May 2025 launch. So as of the day I'm filming it, actually I'm filming this on launch day. I'm going out of town for a few days, so I'm pre-filming. So this is now available in my Etsy shop. This is A5 size. It comes on this nice UV-coated, glossy, ultra-glossy stock paper so that it stands up to wet erase and dry erase markers very well. You can scribble on it with the dry erase marker and it just wipes right off. Obviously, if you use wet erase, as the name implies, you'll need to use water and a rag to get it off, but easy as can be. You could also use a Sharpie potentially, and then use alcohol to take it off. But because these are meant to be played and then, wiped clean and played again, probably wet erase or dry erase is the way to go. Okay, so to determine which card I'm going to play, there's A and B for, well, these are now in the wrong order, but that's okay. For each dice value, I'm going to roll a D8, and that's going to tell me which one to play. So, oops, that's a D10. Where's the D8? There's D8. Okay, card number 8. Oh dear. Okay, so this is going to be a D12. This would be card B. So I'll set that aside. And then I will take out the dice that are optional to come with Dicefecta. You get 4 if you order them from me when you order the game. And there is a D12. There's a D10, a D8, and a D6 corresponding to the color of the card. So the D12s are red. We've got a red D12. The way that Dicefecta is played is you roll the dice, and you roll the die rather, and you mark the numbers off as you roll until you get a complete section, and then you save accordingly. And how that works, I will explain once we get a complete section. So we've got number 10. So we're going to mark off the 10. We'll roll it again. 9. Oops, as the pen cap goes flying, there's 2 9s. Roll again. 10 we've already got. 9 we've already got. 6, okay. So there's a 6. 11. So a 5 will give us a Dicefecta here. 12, okay. Got all the high numbers. 6 we've already got. 2. 2 again. 12 again. 5. Okay. So there we go. So we've got a Dicefecta here. Now, there are several ways that you can play this according to your budget. If you're playing the high budget way, then you would add up all the numbers in the square where you got the Dicefecta. So this would be 11 plus 9, which is 20, and 6 plus 5, which is 11. 11 plus 20 is 31. That's a lot of money. And if it's too much for your budget, then play it a different way. You can either play the last number that you rolled, in this case 5, that gave you the Dicefecta, and just save $5, or save $1 for every number that you've marked off on your card, and I would need to mark off this other 5. So that would save us $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. So $31, $9, or $5. Up to you. Because I am playing, well, you know what? I'm going to save the 5. How many 5s do I have? I have 3 of them. Okay, I'm going to save the $9. I'm going to save $1 for every number that I marked off. So let's get out 5, 7, 9. So that's it for the 2s. I'm going to clear this off. One of these days, I'm going to remember to get a towel or a rag or something. Even a tissue would help. Okay, so this goes back, Dicefecta, and we'll go to the Dicefecta envelope. When you order this game, you also get a how to play card and a dashboard. So the dashboard is here in the binder. And the instructions also have the moderate budget and the low budget method. So it's all listed here: high budget, medium budget, low budget. Okay. So on to number 11, which is the 12 days of Christmas. And I'm just going to leave out the D12 from Dicefecta because we'll need it for the 12 days of Christmas. This is a scratch and save challenge that I put together. This is also available on my Etsy shop. And in this one, we are using the images of postage stamps from Christmas Island, which is a territory in the Indian Ocean. They put out these commemorative stamps, postage stamps in the 1970s, one for each of the 12 days of Christmas with the different animals or people or whatever it is for that day of Christmas. So they've got scratchers that correspond to the number of the day. So this is the second day of Christmas, and there's two scratchers for the, excuse me, the two turtle doves. On the reverse are placeholders starting at $25 and going up in various increments to $500. So $500, $250, $200, $200, $100. So as you complete these, if you go in order, you can swap out the cash with placeholders, because usually Christmas we save up for that for a long time. I will tell you that this is the first day of Christmas, and the reason why I have it turned over is because I already scratched that one, and there's only one number on it, so I don't want to give away any spoilers. But I will tell you that it is not $25. It is significantly lower than $25. Okay, so let's give the D12 a roll and see which one we play this week. Number 8, so that's going to be the 8 Maids of Milking. There she is. And we've already scratched 4 of these, so let's roll. I don't have a D4 handy, so, oh, you know what? I do. It's right here in the, no, I don't. It's here in the other set of dice, the Dicetropolis 2 dice. So I will roll a D4. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go right here with the scratch tool that I conveniently forgot to take out. And that's going to be $5. Okay. So put that away. I think that's the only one I'm going to do for this week. I'm not in a rush to get this done by any particular time. This is not for my Christmas savings. I'm using this again for my Roth IRA. So once the Roth IRA is fully funded, I will just keep using it toward my next savings goal. It's more of a something to do rather than a specific purpose in mind, right? So 5 goes in. Okay. Next up, we have the 12 face cards. This is another scratch and save challenge that's available on my Etsy shop. This one is 12 face cards that are in a standard deck of playing cards. This is A5 size, and this is professionally printed, just as the 12 Days of Christmas are. It's a physical product. So there are, let's see, there's 12 on each, and there's 12 face cards, so 144 different scratchers on here. So this is a big saver, but the amounts are fairly reasonable. I think the largest one is like $15. So to determine which one I am going to do on this, they are numbered down here at the bottom, but I'm just going to deal with a deck of cards until I get to a face card. So set that to the side. Give this a shuffle. And a cut. Okay. So I'll just keep dealing until I hit a face card. Jack of Spades right here on top. So I'm going to set these aside just in case it's a low number, and I'll do another one. We've already scratched 3. I'll just roll the D. Let's see. I'll roll the D10, and that'll tell us which one to scratch. Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. Give it a scratch here. Ooh, $12. Okay, so that's the only one I'm going to scratch for this week. I will get the vacuum, clean that up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That leaves me $3. I will put that in the envelope for number 12 back here. Again, I will consolidate all of this later. And just before we leave the 12 face cards, I'll also point out that on the back of each, it tells you a little bit about who the person is supposed to be. So the Jack of Spades represents Ogier the Dane, son of an 8th century Danish king and a legendary hero who fought against and later alongside Charlemagne, Sea King of Hearts, to defeat the invading Saracens, and so on. Okay, so that is it for this challenge and for the 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm going to put these back in the deck. I won't shuffle them again, but I will put them away. And then that will take us back to the start of the book, which will be Dicetropolis. We will play the classic Dicetropolis this week, which I will go and get out. I've got the 12 cards fairly handy. Last week we played the brand new Dicetropolis 2, so this week we're going back to the original Dicetropolis. If you'd like to see Dicetropolis 2, you can check it out on my launch video, which came out on Monday the 27th or Tuesday the 28th for the main launch, or you can, check out my game night video from last week where I played Dicetropolis 2 there. Okay, so I need the dashboard from the envelope because that has a game on the back of it. It has the first game, which is Boston, on the back. Probably only going to get to play one game, and I am going to roll the d12 that I've just put away. I'll roll this d12, and that will tell us which game we're going to play. Number 9. Okay. 9 is string. All right. So for string, we need 6 d6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll get a ringer die from the Dicefecta. Okay. Even though it's a little bit bigger, that's okay. So the object of string is to make a sequence of 6 numbers 1 through 6. You have 3 rolls to do it, and each roll you set aside any duplicates and re-roll the remaining dice. So let's give it a roll and see how we do. Okay, we've got a 1, another 1, so we'll set that aside. We've got 2 3s. Actually, let me bring these over here so they're in frame. So we've got 2 1s, 2 3s, a 4, and a 6. So we are going to save these and re-roll the other 2, because you can only re-roll the duplicates. A 3 and a 4, both duplicates. Roll again. And we've got a 1 and a 3, both duplicates. Okay, so we have a string of 2. That is our maximum string here. We don't have a 2, we don't have a 5, so we've got a 3 and a 4. String of 2, save $2. So we are going to save $2. And we are going to... Only $1 left. I could play this. You know what? I'm just going to play it again. I'll probably have to take more money out, and that is okay. So we'll put the $2 up here. Roll all 6 dice again, and let's see if we can do any better this time. Well, not really. So we've got 2 1s, 3 6s, and a 4. Okay, so we're going to save the 1, the 4, and 1 of the 6s, and we'll re-roll the other 3. We've got a 2, a 3, and a 4. So the 4 is a duplicate, so we re-roll this one. And we got another 4. Okay, so our maximum string is 4, 1 through 4. So I always circle them. You can cross them out. You don't even have to do this if you don't want. Let me write in the total here. So a string of 4 saves $4. So I will need 3 more dollars. So 1, let's see. And just like that, they appear. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that means I will save $103 for game night. I will take that $3 out of one of the savings challenge books that I do on Wednesday, so that I try to keep my total amount going to the Roth IRA as close to the $300 a week as possible. So I'm going to put this back. I will clean off the card. Again, dry erase marker comes right off. Just a finger or a towel or a rag or your sleeve or whatever you've got. Okay, so I need the dashboard again. And this is envelope 4. So we're going to put in $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, $5. How was that 5? I thought I was going to put in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 6. Okay, yep. All right, so that goes in along with the dashboard. I will put the clip on the next game, which is left, center, right. So we will play that first next week. Come back for that. But don't just click off just yet, because I will do a consolidation or a condensing. So let me, gosh, if this clip won't fight me. There we go. So this binder got pretty thick this week, as it does every week, and now it's time to make it less thick. So let me get the cash tray set up again, and we'll condense what we've got. Okay, let's do a condensing. And I love doing condensing so much that I do them every week. Partially because I like it, but also to keep the binder from getting too overfull and to make sure that I've got enough low denominations for future weeks. So let's go right to envelope number 1, which is Loteria. Not sure we'll be able to condense much this week because I think we put a 10 in. So 150, 70, 80. Yeah, nothing we can do here. So that will stay as it is. Envelope 2, this should be ready for another placeholder. 1, 2, 3. Well, of course I didn't take out any placeholders, but there is $100 here. So let me, oh goodness, grab one of these hundreds. If I had any of my logo stickers handy, oh I do. One sec. This makes them easier to sort. So, sorry, Ben. All right. So that goes in 2025. Envelope 3, Junior's Restaurants. He got $14 this week. So we have 100, 50, 70, 80, 90, 5, 97, 99, 200. Perfect. So I can put all of this down, and I can take another 100 and another sticker. So I've just been chopping away or plugging away at Junior's Restaurants for, gosh, I don't know. I don't know how many weeks now. 15 weeks, 16 weeks, something like that. And little by little, it really does add up. So impossible to tell how much it will save because there's, elements of chance with the, with the Shut the To-Go box and other games like that, other games that you set your own amounts for. But, we'll see how much it saves me as we go. All right, Dicetropolis is next, and Dicetropolis got a whole bunch of small bills, so we should be able to condense quite a bit in here. 100, 200, 20, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, well, I can consolidate it a little bit. I can buy a 5. I'm actually going to take out a 5 and 2 2s, and I'll put all of this back. I like to keep the ones with stickers easily accessible. And the ones without go further in the back. Okay. So we've still got 239. Next is left, center, right, and we didn't play that this week, so we don't need to consolidate. We also didn't get to Elephantastic, so we don't need to do anything there. Flip 7 has 100, 20, 30, 46. So I'm going to take these two 10s, grab a 20. We're still at 146. Flip 7 is one of those games that I could just play over and over and over again. So I have to resist the temptation, usually play it only once. It's also super volatile, so I don't want to necessarily have to eat a big number. At least not with games the way they are. Once 2025 comes out and that $20 becomes available, I might play Flip 7 more than once when it comes out. Okay, so Quicks has 100, 200, 20, 5, 27, 29, so not much we can do there. Make sure I put the scorecard back in. Okay. Sust has 20, 30, 5, 42. So I'm going to put back the 10 and 2 5s and take out a 20. This is my last 20 with a sticker on it. Dicefecta is next. Dicefecta, which we just started playing, has $10, $12, $14, $16. So I'm going to keep a 5, and I'm going to take a 10, oops, just 1, and a 1. So $16. Put all this away. Okay. The 12 Days of Christmas has 127, so nothing we can do there. And the 12 Face cards has 100, 20, 40, 2, 3, oh, hang on, 45, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Okay, so I'm going to take out a 50 and a 5, and all this other business goes back. Well, I already had a 5, but I took out a different one. 1, 2, and the rest are 1s. Okay, so that's all we can condense for this week. And it should be looking a lot slimmer, so let's see here. Oh yeah, that closes up real nice. Okay, so that's it for game night for this week. Wednesday, I will be back with the Savings Challenge books. That's General Greenback and the Frugality Force, Zodiac Save with the Stars, and The Life of a Creator. And then on Friday, hopefully, I will have my weekly budget update video. Next weekend, I'm not sure if I will have next weekend I should have the Letterboxd challenge ready for May. And then I'll be right back here the next Monday night for another game night for Ready Budget Game. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment down below so I know you were here. And until I see you in the next one, take care.